all year that we heard from you, we heard from your players was going 1-0 each week. We had some fun with, cutting up some of your press conferences with all the times that you guys have said that. But, it really seemed like your guys really believed that and really took that to heart. Was it tough, when you're climbing the national rankings and you got a shot at a conference championship? Was it tough to kind of keep that mindset within your players there?
There was a couple situations that I thought it was going to be more difficult than others, coming back and playing that last game of the season after we had already clinched the conference championship the week before at Washburn and coming back home. But boy, we just had a veteran football team, good leadership, and really didn't miss a beat there, and then you take the next step in the playoffs, and then everybody's locked in and focused at that point because they know the result if you don't win in the postseason. So there were a few times there that I thought were more difficult than others, but overall our team did an outstanding job throughout.
Yeah, I'm sure we didn't help that either, right? The media didn't help telling you guys.
You guys make it tougher.
How good you guys are. I want to ask you about a specific player, Dubem Okonkwo, because everybody I've talked to, this team has been so much fun to watch, and I just feel like that guy has more fun on the football field than most people I've seen. What kind of energy does he bring to the team, and what kind of teammate is he? And really, what's his potential? He's still a sophomore. What kind of potential does he have to be, one of the best on that side of the ball?
Well, he has tremendous potential to continue to get better. We just moved him into a new role and a new position going into this year. So him having another year under his belt as he goes into next year, I think certainly should excite everybody. And he is a guy that likes to have fun and enjoy himself. And I saw more dancing during the games than I did, during the week when we try to get the guys to dance at meetings. So we're going to have to encourage him a little harder to dance a little bit more in some of our meetings when we open up our meetings to dancing. But we have a fun group, and Dubem is certainly one of those guys that enjoys playing the game of football.
I think a lot of fans and people who have covered and been around the MIAA kind of understand, but I think a lot of fans that just watch the game on Saturdays don't. You guys went 11-0 in the regular season. I don't think people understand how difficult that is to do in this conference, because even the teams who are struggling are well coached and have really good players, and you can't have a bad half or you lose a game in this conference. We just talk about you've lived it for a couple years. How tough is it to keep that focus and to win every single week?
It is extremely tough, and that's why not very many people do it. And it hadn't happened at Pitt State for quite some time. And it's a very difficult league, outstanding coaching, outstanding players, and really any given week, somebody can knock somebody off, and you have to be ready to play, and you have to be ready to go. And that's why our guys deserve so much credit for accomplishing what they did, And boy, those games come down to the small inches, the little details, and our guys did a good job of grabbing those inches and grabbing those details and making the most of them.
Last question I have for you, Coach. You've been here, you've been in Pittsburgh for 3 years now. I guess what's been your favorite part? I know it's hard when you're in season and you're focused on the film and the next team in practice, but what's been the most enjoyable part of being the head coach at Pittsburgh State for the last 3 years?
It's always the people, it's the players, it's the other coaches. Being around, it's the winter workouts in the indoor on the turf in the morning, and guys are competing against one another. It's the Thursday meetings when we open it up for dancing or have a competition, those types of things. Those are the things that you remember forever, along with the individual meetings with the players when maybe they're going through something or struggling, and we help work through that situation, or we all celebrate together in the locker room, for a job well done. So those moments, those times with the coaches and the players as a family are certainly my best. And right now it's pretty cool that I get to have my own son Jake here on the team and in the quarterback room right with me. So there's been some really cool parts of it too for my family as well.
I lied. I got one more question for you. Having the success that you guys had last year can kind of go one or two ways. It can be complacency a little bit, or it can be we're that close to being national champs, or we're that close to making it deep into the playoffs. And that's a motivating factor. How has this season in the last few weeks landed for you and your team as you go into next year?
Well, I think most certainly a motivating factor. I think we have a very hungry football team to, go win the whole thing here. And we talked about all year that we play for 2 trophies in this program, one at the end of the regular season and one at the end of the postseason. And our guys accomplished the regular season one, and they want both. They want the other one, and I think we'll have a very hungry football team when we all rejoin and get back together in January.
All right, Coach, I appreciate you coming out here.
Yep, thanks, Jacob.